Hey boos, in this video, I give commentary based on my opinion. Nothing is to be taken as factual. We are just here to have conversation. We don't expose and we don't sip tea on this channel. I'm giving you real talk straight, no chaser. Let's see if you can handle it.
Cause I'm a boss. I haven't done anything for you to be proud of.
Of course you have. You are marrying a man who can support you.
Hi ladies, it's Yoni and I'm back with another video. In today's video, I want to talk about this new trend that is popping up all over social media. It's called the carry to retire plan. It's new and it's popping up all over social media. So let's go ahead and get into today's video. As of lately on social media, due to this new retirement plan trend that is popping up, people are upset. They are upset at Draya Michele and Yoni Tribe. And it's because they are dating much younger men and they are expecting. Yoni Chavis, who has kids with both Bow Wow and Future, announced that she is pregnant with NFL star Trayvon Diggs. The dancer, 35, announced on Thursday that she is pregnant and expecting her third child with Trayvon Diggs, who is 25. Draya Michele, who is 39, announced that she is pregnant with her 22-year-old boyfriend's child, Jalen Green, who also has her name tattooed on his lower stomach. Now, when it comes to this situation with me, I do find this amusing. I do find the humor in this situation. I see a lot of women going in on Draya. I see a lot of women going in on Joey. But I find the humor in all of this simply because men have done this for years. Men have exhibited this same behavior for centuries. If anything, Draya and Joey most likely may have been on the receiving end of this behavior when they were much younger women. However, I can't say that I agree with this behavior either, the same way that I don't agree with it when it's a man taking advantage of a much younger woman. And we can use the example of Drake, who recently has been rumored to be dating Lotto's much younger sister. So yeah, I do find the humor in the men who are outraged by the same behavior that men have been doing for centuries. And newsflash, women are only copying what men have been doing, once again, for centuries. Some would say following the leader, because this is a man's world. And men create the rules here. Men create the laws here. Men create and help shape the culture here. And I also want to add that anytime a woman copies the behavior of a man, she's called a toxic feminist. Again, I don't agree with this behavior, but I do find the humor in all of this.
Draya, 39 years old, just announced on her Instagram that she is pregnant with the 22-year-old Jalen Green's baby. Now, Jalen Green is a shooting guard for the Houston Rockets, signed back in 2021 a contract for $40.8 million. People are saying that she's a predator for getting with a man, a young man, who is closer to her son, her oldest son age, than to her own age. I'm a strong believer that if you are of the age of 21 years or older, that you have every right to be with whomever you please, as long as that other person is also over the age of 21. Now, with what we know about the frontal cortex of the brain, one doesn't really fully develop mentally until they're about the age of 25 years old. What's important is people feel as though Draya is a predator for getting with such a young man. Why is that? Why is it that people feel that way? People feel that way because here you have this young prospect that has signed a contract for multiple millions of dollars. Now, as we know, that can turn on a light switch in a lot of women's minds. And next thing you know, they're thinking, hey, here's an opportunity to snag a bag. Here's where the major issue lies, is with his age. Now, if this was a guy who was a seasoned NBA player, somebody in their late 20s, early to mid 30s, you wouldn't think much of it. Hey, he's been in the game long enough to know exactly what it is that he's signing up for when it comes to these women. When you got somebody as young as Jalen Green here who just turned 22 a month ago tomorrow, and you're 39 years old, people are going to be looking at you like you don't have his best intentions at heart. Now here we have this 22-year-old who's fresh into the league, and he probably hasn't had a whole lot of opportunity, to be honest, with women because of the fact that he had to put his head down and grind to get into the position that he's in. If he was out there running them streets, it's a slim chance that he would have made it to the league.
Women who are low-hanging fruit have found an interesting way to capitalize, once again, off men who lack sexual discipline. A more important conversation would be, let's focus on the lack of guidance and proper mentorship for young men and boys. A lot of men are encouraged to sow their royal oats far and wide. They are encouraged to explore every option that is out there for them when it comes to sex. Women are the only ones that are supposed to exhibit sexual discipline, which is why I am amused. And because this is Real Talk with Yoni, we're gonna keep it real over here. So if this was Lil Ray Ray from the neighborhood who didn't have millions, these men would be cheering Lil Ray Ray on. But because both of these men have millions, and according to their verbiage, they're dealing with women that are 30 plus, washed up, who have hit the wall. These two women now have access to a much younger man who has money. And that is the reason a lot of these men are outraged and shouting from the mountaintops from a bitter place that these two women were able to get access to that. And it goes against all of their rhetoric, and they can't stand that, which is another reason why I find all of this to be amusing. Men have promoted this behavior, so if anything, these women learned the game from them, and most likely when they were much younger women, the behavior was done against them. And I think that's also a more important conversation, that women are now starting to do what is done to them to men, and men are upset, frustrated, angry, bitter. What I find to be interesting as well, older women have always been called bitter, unwanted, undesirable, and washed up. They have been generationally made out to be haters when men date and marry much younger women. Now we see a lot of bitter and old mad men. I find the humor in it. This also proves the wall doesn't exist when it comes to desirability and sex appeal in women. These women hit the wall but still are able to pull a young millionaire. The men are sick, and I would be lying if I said I wasn't amused by all of this. You won't see me dragging women online who are out here dating much younger men, because honestly, I don't see men doing it. I don't ever see men dragging other men who are dating much younger women. So if the behavior really bothers people, we will hold both genders accountable. But until then, I'm just gonna mind my business on this one. And I understand that there are women who are concerned because they have sons. And honestly, the only thing that you can do is have conversations with him and ensure that he's not taking in any of this toxic rhetoric that is online that encourages him to lack sexual discipline, and to also ensure that he's not being peer pressured and that he is not being influenced by the toxic rhetoric and culture that has been created by men for centuries. It seems like getting a much younger man is on the up and coming. And instead of shaming older women for dating younger men, we should have a discussion about what is a healthy age gap. That is something that we should focus more on instead of shaming older women, especially when the culture, the patriarchy, tells them that they are undesirable after a certain age. That's all I have for this video. I would like your thoughts and your opinions down below in the comment section. Will you be having a conversation with your son about a healthy age gap if he chooses to date an older woman? And also, what do you think is a healthy age gap for both genders? Comment down below. And if you're new here, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe, and I hope to see you in my next one.